What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another episode of the CT Outdoorsman. I hope you guys are having a wonderful Labor Day. It is September 2nd here in southeastern Connecticut, and today I'm going through all the gear that I'm going to be using this fall to hopefully bag a monster whitetail buck for you. So I just wanted to apologize really quickly for my lack of presence on YouTube. I've been working 40 plus hours a week, and it's really taken a lot of my time, so I haven't been able to film these episodes for you guys. So this should be the only video between now and the start of the season, which is in about 2 weeks. So in this video, I'm going to be showing you guys all the gear that I'm going to be using for this upcoming season. So without any delay, we're going to jump right into it. And first things first is my video equipment. So I'm filming with the camera that I'm going to be using this season. It's a Sony AX33. I've got a Rode Shotgun Video Mic Go mounted to the top of it, and then I've got a Sony video controlling cable that will allow me to not touch the physical camera itself, but allow me to control zoom, focus, things like that, all from the handle of my camera arm. So with the video equipment out of the way, we're going to get into everybody's favorite, which is what bow am I running. So this year I'm shooting the 2019 Mathews Traverse. All right, I was shooting the Halon, and I planned on shooting the Halon this season, but some complications came up to where I was no longer able to shoot my Halon, so I had to trade it in, and I got this new Traverse. So it is in stone pattern with black limbs, but it is set at 70 pounds with 85% let off, and it is shooting great. So I've got my HHA Kingpin on here, and if you guys have followed me for a while, you know I've been shooting this sight for a couple years now, and basically in a hunting setup I will set this thing to 27 yards, and I'm good from the closest distance all the way out to about 30 yards, and 30 yards in my woods is about the max distance I'll shoot at a whitetail. I've got my HHA Virtus Res on here, and I've got my Wick Stick stabilizers, which is new for me this year. This is their Micro Hunter series. I'm running an 11-inch bar off the front and an 8-inch bar off the back. My quiver, I've got, I believe it's the NAP Apache quiver. So it's a quick disconnect, just lift this latch, pull out, and my quiver's off my bow, and I'll hang it up on the tree. The arrows that I'm running are Carbon Express Maxima Blue Streak Select. I've got NAP Hellfires on the back with the green accent to it. I will also be shooting lighted nocks with this bow and these arrows this year. So hopefully when moment of truth comes, I can get a good shot on video for you guys. The release I'm running is the same one I ran last year. It is the True Ball Fang 4 thumb button release. At the start of the season this year, or early this spring, I was running into troubles of target panic where I was punching the trigger. So I took some time, was reading about proper form, proper shot execution, and I feel I have finally figured out this release to where when I anchor, I pull through the shot breaks, and it's a good natural release, and the arrow flight is really pristine where it should be. So that is my hunting bow setup for this year, and next we'll go into the camouflage that I wear. So I hunt right out of the back here, and I will normally have most of my camouflage on when I am walking up to the tree, but sometimes in the early season when it's really warm, I'll have layers shut off. So it's not surprising if I'm walking up in a t-shirt, or you know, maybe a long sleeve or a base layer or something like that. But my go-to camouflage is the Realtree Extra, and I have a scent lock camouflage system. All right, so this is their Headhunter series, and I use this system from early season all the way to the end of the season. It's very easy for me to put layers underneath this, and my safety harness goes over the top, and I'm good to go. So they have their carbon alloy technology on here, so it kills the scent, but you know, I still spray down with scent control and things like that to make sure that I am as scent free as possible when I get into the tree. Speaking of safety harnesses, This is the one I'm using. So this is a hunter safety system. I forget exactly what model it is, but guys, if you're not using a safety harness and you are hunting out of a tree stand, you really need to be using one. It can save your life. I personally have not had any experiences where I have fallen out of the tree, but I know several people who have, and some of them were wearing safety harnesses, some of them weren't. The ones who weren't, really wish they were. You know, I have friends who have had major injuries to minor injuries, but the ones with the minor injuries made them think twice and they went out and got a safety harness. One of my friends isn't hunting anymore. He broke his back and he can't hunt anymore. So if you guys aren't hunting with a safety harness, please get one. Get a lifeline, get a tree strap, get something to tether you to the tree, so should your tree stand fail, you fall off climbing down, anything like that happens, you are gonna return home to your families, because trust me, it's not worth it. For being comfortable not wearing a harness, it's not worth your life. It's not worth your ability to walk. It's not worth any of that. So invest in one of these things. They're less than $100. Goes right on, just like a vest. Okay, just like this. Right, this particular model, it's got a strap in the front. It's got a strap that goes around each leg. All right, just like this. All right. Okay, that's all it is, right? And then you've got your tree tether strap, right, to hook up into your lifeline or your tree strap or anything like that, and you are secured to the tree, so should you fall, you're not going to fall 20 feet to the ground and hurt yourself. So with that being said, I am going to go next into my kind of what I'll have on my person when I'm in the tree. So with all my camouflage on and everything like that, I will have this right here. So this is my Alps Outdoors Rocky Mountain Elk Federation Series bino case, and so I'm running Fujinon binoculars. I got these as a graduation present from my folks, so you know, they're really good compact binoculars, really clear, and I'll just be running them perfect for in season. In the side here, I've got Hunter's Specialty wind indicator, so it's really nice, so I can check when I'm walking into the tree or when I am in the tree to check to see if the wind is swirled, but you know, just allows me to see where the wind's going. So right now it's kind of blowing back in my face. It doesn't have an odor. It kind of gets everywhere a little bit, but you know, you take the pros with the cons, so it is what it is. But this is the first year I've actually gonna have any sort of harness like this with me, so it's really really interesting. I've been shooting with it, and you know, after the initial first couple of groups, nothing was really bothering me about it anymore. So this will most likely go on over my safety harness, but it's got right just like that, so it's hands-free, so I can shoot. I can do pretty much anything I need to in the stand, but should I need my binoculars, they come out, they're tethered to the strap, so I can go hands-free here. I can move around and they're not really going to fall off anywhere, and then they're easy, just right up to my face, and I'm good to go. And then just put them right in there, and that's it. So first year hunting with that, I'm really excited about using it, and it should be fun. So what to go into next, what we've got is I'll show you guys my tree stand setup and how I get all my gear into the woods. So for the area that I hunt here in southeastern Connecticut, we don't have any permanent stands on the property, just because we do live around some suburban houses with people who from time to time walk through the woods, whether with their pets or their kids or anything like that. So we feel that leaving a permanent stand in there would make it a lot more risky for someone to come across the stand, climb up it, hurt themselves, and then it's a big lawsuit deal. So we decided to take all our permanent stands out of there and we go with just with self climbers. So what we use, both my dad and I, is we have the Summit Viper SD self-climbing tree stands. I've had these tree stands for, gosh, probably 5 or 6 years now. They're really great. They're lightweight and they go right on your back. So I've got this right here. I just throw it on over my back, just like that, and I'm good to go. So normally I'll have my bow in hand, I've got my camo on with my safety harness, and then my tree stand's right on the back. And I've got my backpack on my back there. I just took a piece of paracord, tied a little loop to it, and then I hooked up my backpack right to the back. And so I don't have to carry my backpack in my hand awkwardly. It just sits right on the back of my tree stand. So I'll show you guys really quick how I mount this thing to the tree. So when I get to the tree, usually in the morning or the afternoon, at the start of the hunt anyway, I'll get to the tree and I'll take my bag off. All right, so it just comes off just like that. And what I like about this tree stand is that the pieces kind of fold together. So I take this guy off, and then he just slides right out. Here's the base, and I'll normally do the base first. And you know, each tree is different, so it all depends on where you are and what size diameter tree you're using. But anyway, I'll take it out, put the cord around it. All right, and I'll see just to make sure that the tree stand is level when I put it in. So with this particular tree here, this base here is a little more up in an angle than I would like, so I would probably loosen this a little bit, one more level to open up the base of it so it sits more flat, and then I would climb up the tree and hopefully my platform would be level just like that. And then the base is, or the top of the tree stand is pretty much the same way. So it just, these cables, they latch on just like that, and that's all there is to that tree stand there. And now we're going to go on to the final part of this, which is my bag. So this is the Field & Stream Powderhorn XL. I've had this bag for, I want to say 4 or 5 years now. It's a big bulky bag. It's really, you know, if I was gonna go hunt out west with it, I might be able to do it, you know, probably not in the mountains, but if I was gonna go hunt the plains or something like that, this would be a great bag to use for that. And so we'll dive in to what's in this bag here for you. So starting with the front pouches, I've got my Primos buck roar grunt tube. I've had this grunt tube for a couple years now, and you know, I never had any success in the past with grunt tubes or rattling or anything like that until I learned how to use this thing. So I'm not a huge fan of snort wheezing. I personally have not had any luck with it. I've scared deer off with it. But this grunt tube is just great. You know, to me it sounds like a buck, and it comes with adjustability. So it's got a reed in here with a movable O-ring, so I can move it to it's got different settings. It's got an estrus bleat, it's got a doe bleat, it's got a doe, I believe it's a doe growl. Let's see, young buck, mature buck, and a trophy buck. So as you move them up, You know, they're gonna make a different sound. Alright, so there's the young buck, I believe. Yep, there's the young buck. Alright, move to mature buck. And you can see it's already gotten deeper. So this grunt tube, really nice. Primos makes it, and I believe it's like $20 or something like that. In the same pocket is my can call. I've had decent success with this, a lot more of a curiosity than, you know, full-on attraction, but it's the original can call doe bleat, and it's really simple. Just turn it, hand over the hole, and it's a good way if I'm, you know, late to a tree, or, you know, I felt like I made a lot of noise. Once I get kind of settled in the tree, I'll take this thing out and I'll just let out a couple bleats to hopefully inform any deer that are around, that maybe to try and fool them into thinking that, oh, you know, it was just a doe around making some noise. So that's what's in this pocket. Close this pocket up, and I will move into this next pocket here. I will get into this tool in a second. All right, but in here I've got my knives. So I've got my my Havalon razor edge knife that I will use for game processing. So I got this thing last year to open up rib cages of the deer that I harvest, and this thing works great. It's super sharp, and you know, it saws just about through anything you want. Next is my knife. So this is a knife that my father got for me when I first started hunting. So it's a Browning folding knife. Yeah, you know, super good sharp blade on it. Cleaned just about every deer harvested with this knife. So enjoy it. It's got the ability for me to put it on my belt loop, but you know, it's just I keep it in my bag just because if I have it on my belt and I get snagged on something, it's just gonna annoy me. So there's that. Let's see, what else do I have? I have some glow tacks. So if I'm hunting a new area or I'm trying to find my tree in the dark, I'll stick these in the tree, and they shine, and it makes it a lot easier to find my tree. I've got a little notepad here, right? So these are my deer notes. So I will, at the end of each hunt or at the beginning of each hunt, I will record things like temperature, wind speed, barometric pressure, the cloud cover for the day, things like that. And then I will record the activity that I saw, the number of deer, the sex of the deer, where they were going, where they were coming from, things like that. And to hopefully at the end of the season, I'll go back through and look for a pattern. And it sounds like a lot of work, and it is, but I found it to be very helpful. So through doing this, what I found out about this property is that this property, from a buck standpoint, doesn't hold mature deer until November. And the reason that is because the does will use this back lot here as their place, as where they live. And so the mature bucks will be on the opposite side, off the property. And then once November comes, they'll move into this valley and they'll start looking for does. So I've learned that the best time to kill mature deer in this property is in November. So, and it's just what I found. The last thing in this pocket is a Realtree easy hanger. You know, it's just a screw in step, goes right into the tree. Excuse me. Goes right into the tree. And with this hanger, I normally just hang my bag right off of it. So that's what's in that pocket. That's what's in that pocket. All right. And okay, this tool, get to in a second. Okay, so the next pouch up, I've got kind of all the goodies here. So this is my tow rope. So for getting my bow up off the ground, real simple. I think it's like a 22-foot rope. So any height that I go to, my bow's still safely on the ground. Then I'll pull it up once I'm ready to go. This here is my Hunter Safety Systems tree strap. So with a climbing tree stand, you know, I'm not able to have a full length lifeline in the tree. So this thing is just basically like, I'll call it a noose, but it's not really a noose. But you feed this around the tree. Actually, I'll show you. So you feed this around the tree. Like so. Alright. You feed this end through it here. Alright. And then it tightens down on the tree. You've got your Prusik knot here, and I'll hook up the tether strap on the back of my safety harness right into this here. Close that up, and I'm hooked up into the tree. So as I'm climbing, I just take this and move it up the tree as I go. And once I'm fully in this place I want to be, I'll tighten it down, move my Prusik knot up, and I'm good to go. So that's the tree strap there. And I apologize for the helicopter flying over right now. We live in a very high aircraft traffic area, so probably won't be the first or only helicopter you hear. The other thing that's in this pocket is the longer easy hanger. Thank you. I apologize for that, guys. High traffic area. What can I say? So here I've got the Realtree easy hanger. It's a longer version, so this one is what I will normally hang my bow off of. Again, just screws right into the tree. Usually I'll put it on my, let's see, my left side. So my bow will be right here, right? So I can grab my bow, take it off, and I'm ready to go. So that's what's in that pocket. Okay. All right. Now into the good stuff, what I'm really excited about. So normally in this pocket, I will have my camera equipment and my tree arm and things like that. So for this year, I've got an upgrade. So in years past, I was using the Gorilla Gear tree stand or camera arm. You know, I think it was like 40 bucks online, just basic camera arm, something I was able to use. I've upgraded, so now I have got the 4th Arrow Stiff Arm Elite, and I've got a Manfrotto fluid head on it here, and I've got their quick disconnect tree base. So what I've got here is tree base itself, right? So it goes around the tree. Goes around the tree. Helps make sure if it's right side up, not upside down. As you guys can tell, I'm still getting familiar with this thing. I should take it out and practice with it more, so that'll be one thing I do before the season rolls around, for sure. Okay. Bring this around. Alright, now feed this in through here, and that buckle up like that. Alright, then just tightens, put it on the tree. And something super cool that Fourth Arrow has done is they have made their camera-based system fully adjustable, so no matter how you're mounted to the tree, as long as you have this tool with you, you can go in and you can adjust how your base sits. So you could adjust it to where it sits perfectly level here. Tighten this sucker up. Okay, and that's fully level. And when that's level, you can take your camera arm out and it drops right into tree base here. Alright. And then bada bing, bada boom. Got my camera arm here. Alright. And then if this bubble level, so you see how it's moving, swaying just like this? You look at the bubble level, you can see the bubble level's off just a hair. Alright, so I can come in, loosen this, and readjust this where it sits just right, and I'm good to go. Now I'll have to adjust it again once I would put my camera on here, but for that it's just having this tool, good to go. And so here I've got my camera on. As far as my outlook for the season, guys, there's one particular deer that I have yet to lay eyes on that I've been hearing a lot of rumors about, and I'm just gonna call him Moose because that's how everyone describes this deer. He's a moose. So that's the gear setup for this season. So I've got my Summit tree stand, I've got my Mathews Traverse, I've got my Fourth Arrow Stiff Arm Elite, and I've got my Sony AX33. So I hope you guys are as excited for this season as I am, because this one I have a feeling is going to be really, really special. So thank you guys so much for watching. If you haven't already, subscribe down below, leave a comment, let me know what you guys want to see. Check me out on Instagram. It's the ctoutdoorsman.bowhunterdie. So bowhunting.com right here, guys. I am proud to say that I am a brand ambassador for bowhunting.com and that I am representing their company here in southeastern Connecticut. So check them out at bowhunting.com, join the forums, get to know everybody, and expand your love for bow hunting, guys. So I will see you guys later. There might be another video after this one. If not, I will see you guys on opening day, Bow Hunt or Die.